And now, Rob on the road, exploring Northern California.
I can't wait to see your studio. Holy cow. Tony. Wow.
Just a little something I did.
Every sculpture tells a story for artist Tony Natsoulas.
So this is a man named Rube Goldberg. He was very famous in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. He was an illustrator.
Tony says it's a challenge making life-sized clay creations like this Rube Goldberg sculpture.
Both of these.
It weighs 200 pounds, has 30 individual pieces that can all come apart, and took 2 months to make here in his garage turned art studio with a splash of school. Each sculpture offers a history lesson of the person it portrays.
He did these machines that emphasized a simple task that he made as complex as possible. So he always thought that as humans just made everything difficult. And what I did is I constructed a machine where each piece has something to do with his life.
I had chill bumps when I saw that face, and I don't know why.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to go for, some emotion for each piece.
Each person is created in small 4 to 5 inch increments that must dry for 24 hours. The next day, another 4 to 5 inches until the piece is the perfect size to enter this kiln, firing at 2,000 degrees.
What do you feel? You mentioned this man was a muse of yours. Creating a piece that reminds you of so much love.
Well, it's pictures are flat and you can look at them all day, but I'm hoping his spirit has gone into here so that he's here with me all the time. And also I try to make real now that he's gone for everyone else. I'm trying to make these pieces feel like they could come alive at any moment.
Tony is in the middle of building 9 of these massive models within 3 months, as well as a lot of these large ceramic eyes.
I've never seen detail in eyes when it comes to sculptures like this, ever.
I've studied a lot of them.
Tony has been working as a professional artist, specializing in ceramic sculpture since receiving his master's degree in fine art at UC Davis in 1985. His flair for camp began as an undergrad student, working with world-renowned funk art professor Robert Arneson.
Oh, that looks really nice.
Thanks.
Together, Tony and his wife Donna have created this work, a 400-page book chronicling Tony's sculpture career captured in this large coffee table-sized book. Inside and throughout their Sacramento home are some of the Natsoulas' favorite artistic expressions.
I have a lot of different things that I'd like to show you.
I don't even know where you would begin.
is our-
Oh my goodness.
So this is our living room, but
Wow.
this is a piece by Sean Henry. He lives in England, and he wanted to come and visit Tony in his studio. He had read about Tony, and so he came and he worked with Tony in his studio for a long time and made this piece at UC Davis and met Arneson through Tony.
Donna and Tony have lived here since 1990, and this home is their happy place. Art is everywhere. Donna is the designer. Almost every piece was made by a friend.
So over here is Lee Cabaljan, and he taught at Sac State for like 60 plus years, and he's been a good friend of ours for many, many years. And he and Tony were collaborating on glaze techniques and things like that, and so I just find him fascinating. He's like one of the best people we've ever known. So this piece is by our late friend Fred Babb. He used to own a company in Cambria, California, which was called What is Art, so we have his sign from his But this is, I loved what it says, and it says, I passed by a homeless man today, and I was suddenly struck by the fact that at one time he was extremely precious to somebody.
Oh,
Once a treasure, always a treasure, it's called.
wow.
So that is really meaningful. Okay, Rob, there's a little bit more back here too.
A little bit. I could just spend days, weeks in here looking at everything. Look at that.
So this is called Goat Peddler, and it's made all out of bicycle parts. So pedals for that weighs a ton, pedals, and all different parts of the bicycle. This piece is made by Paul DePasqua, and he lives in Nelson, which is near Chico, California. And I love this because it reminded me of an Indian Kachina doll, and just the movement out of such frigid material as metal. It dances, it's just beautiful.
As I look around and see all of this beauty, it would take days and days, hours, so much time to tell the story of each piece all together, cumulatively. How would you describe your husband's story?
He works really, really hard. Very hard. He's the hardest working person I know. Takes it very, very seriously, even though some people think, oh, it's just a fun piece of art. You know, how can anybody do that and make a living off of it? But he takes it very seriously, and I take it very seriously. It's a good life.
When I was preparing for this interview and I asked people about you, universally, I heard Tony Natsoulas promotes other artists more than he promotes himself.
Well, there's a lot of great artists out there that are brilliant, that are not being recognized, and I think it's a shame. So I always love to put people forward that deserve it.
What would you feel most compelled to share and to say? What must be shared by you?
Basically 3 things. The first thing is be humble. Work as hard as you can, and do not think that everything you do is precious. Each thing is an experiment to see if you can get your idea into it, and don't be afraid to throw it away if it's just junk, even though you've worked on it for a month. The third thing is don't do it for money. I am making it because my overhead is teeny. We don't buy brand new cars all the time. We don't do a huge amount of, we don't buy a new TV all the time. We just keep it as low as possible so I can sell work and still make a living.
What is it that matters most to you?
That my friends and family are happy, and that I'm able to make art, and that my wife and I can live a nice life that we have been.